Hi, this is Shay Frauman, and I am going to do a live webinar over Screencastify today, how you can use it in your classroom and how students can use it in your classroom as well. So I'm going to switch over to my PowerPoint now. Let's go ahead and get started. So this is called Show What You Know, and the reason why I named it this was because for students, they can show what they know for this, and for teachers, you're basically showing your students how to do something on Screencastify, or you can read something to them. So again, my name is Shay Frauman. I'm from Neesmith Elementary. I teach 4th grade math and science. This is my contact email. If you ever need to contact me, please send me an email. This is my phone extension if you need to call me. And this is my Twitter handle if you would like to follow me on Twitter and see what we're doing in my classroom. All right, so our objectives today. So as a teacher, you're going to understand how to use Screencastify and how you can implement it into your instruction. And for your students, I will show you ways that your students can use this resource in a friendly way. All right, so believe it or not, we do have technology standards for using technology in our classroom. And the one that I picked for this was the Empowered Learner. So the Empowered Learner students take an active role in choosing, achieving, and demonstrating their learning goals. And the reason why I picked this standard for Screencastify is because when students finish an assignment, they can use Screencastify to demonstrate what they were learning for the day. So for this, they are using technology to reflect on learning. So basically, show what you know, they can reflect over their learning, personalize their learning environment. So students are able to express themselves through either pictures, words, or just their voice. So students can show pictures on their screen. They can have a PowerPoint going, or they can just have a blank screen and just use their voice to reflect over what they're doing. So also the teacher will be able to view their work, and their peers can watch it if you have time allotted in your classroom for that. And they're able to demonstrate the troubleshooting. Screencastify is super user-friendly, and if the students are not comfortable with their video, they can totally delete it and just start all over. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get started on how to even get Screencastify on your computer. So what you need to do is go to the Chrome Web Store. And the Chrome Web Store is probably going to be the first link on Google for you, and click on that. Okay, so on the left over here, you'll want to type in Screencastify, and Screencastify is all one word. And click on Screencastify. And then you'll click on the Screencastify icon. And over here, I already have it, so it's telling me to remove it from Chrome, which I'm not going to do. But for you, it would probably say Add to Chrome, and you'll want to click on that button. Okay, so I am actually going to now show you how to use Screencastify. But before I get started, up here at the top, when you add that extension, it'll pop up here on your toolbar. And whenever you're ready to use it, you'll click that button and it'll start recording for you once you let it. So I'm going to go to my Google Drive, and I'm going to type in an assignment that I need to oops. Hang on, let me refresh this. So we're actually taking a quiz in the next couple of weeks. And okay, well. Sorry, guys. Here it is right here. Sorry. Okay, so whenever you're ready to start recording something, I would prefer that to scan it in. So you can just walk on down to the printer in the workroom and you just scan it to yourself and it'll scan to you as a PDF. And my personal opinion, that's the easiest way to record something because it's all on one document for you. And I'm just going to go ahead and download it. And for this purpose, say I'm acting like I'm doing this for my kids. So I like putting it in its own window so that my kids don't see all my other tabs that I have open because I always have tabs open. So I'm going to come to its own tab. And whenever you're ready to start recording, you click on your extension button up at the top. And to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you'll come to these three little lines right up here. And you need to make sure that it's your community ISD email address. And that means that you would have a premium subscription. And that allows you to use more tools and more resources with with this extension. So whenever you're ready, this is my desktop, just this one window right here. So I'm ready to start recording. Now, when I start recording and when I stop it, it's going to knock me out. So just give me a second when I get it back. But whenever you're ready to start recording, you'll click record. If for some reason you need to draw on the quiz or on the assignment that you're reading to your students, you can enable the drawing tools and you can circle things, you can highlight things. Your students can use this as well. The webcam only, that is strictly if you just want it to be on you. And then whenever you're ready to start recording, if it's just a document, you click record. I always click entire screen because that's usually what I'm recording. And you click on the actual picture and you click share.
2, 1.
And it's going to say 3, 2, 1. So it's going to tell you that it's ready to record. And when it says 1, that's when you start recording. So up here, there's a red dot, and that means that it is recording for you. So then you would just read your document, your test, your quiz, whatever you're recording for that day, and you just read it however you need to read it. When you're done, you'll come back up to your Screencastify extension button up here. You'll click on it. And if you already know you messed up, you can delete it. You can go back, you can pause it, or you can stop it, which if you are confident with your recording, you can stop it. Okay, so I'm going to come back over here. Give me 1 second, and I need to share my screen again. Okay, so now we're back. All right, so I'm going to come back to my Screencastify button if I was done with my recording. And if you come over here to these three little lines right here, there's all these different things. So to find your recording, you need to click on where it says My Recordings. Okay, as you can see, I've recorded quite a few things. And the recording that I just completed is right here. So if that's the thing that I am ready to push out towards my students, I can click on it. I can listen to myself. I could edit it, which is this little scissor tool right here if I need to crop something I said or if I wanted to speed something up. Up here at the top, I always name my video so that I know what it was. So I'm going to name it. And I also make it so where my students, it's very user-friendly for my students too. I don't name it anything too crazy. So, and then when you're done naming your quiz or your resource, whatever you're wanting to push out to your students, you click Save. Okay, so over here, I post mine on my Google Classroom, and I'm going to show you how I do that. So come over here to where it says Copy Link and click on Copy Link. Okay, so it's saying that it's on my clipboard. So when I'm ready to paste it, I'll just do Control V like you normally paste something. I'm going to go to my Google Drive and go to my Google Classroom. Okay, so this is a rock quiz. So obviously it's for science. So I'm going to go to one of my science classrooms and I'm going to come up to classwork. Okay, and so I'm going to go to my create button and it is an assignment. Now, usually your students who get read to, it's not every single student. And that's why I like using this because, you know, not all of your students get read to. And like I said before, it's less distracting for those and they can just use their headphones. So then when I know which students I need to click, I just click whoever I want to click and I can come over here. And if I want to type instructions for my students, I can do that. So you have that link on your clipboard. Don't forget about that. You're going to come down here to the little paperclip icon. Oh, I'm sorry, not the paperclip. The link icon, my bad. And you're going to paste that. So Control V. And that is the Screencastify video. And you're going to add the link. And this is the video right here. And if you're not sure if that's the correct video, you can always click it. And that is the video that I wanted my students to watch. So I'm actually going to close out of that. And whenever I'm ready to assign it, I just click Assign. And it's ready to go. So that is how I use it for my students if I'm recording a quiz or what have you. I've also used this for if a student has missed a lot of school. I've recorded my lessons and I've sent them home with them. I actually had students over the summer who also wanted some extra practice problems, so I did that too. You can also, while you're doing it, I'm going to come to this video right here. And this is a video where I've taught people how to use Google Classroom. You can do many different things with it. Okay, so you're probably wondering how your students can use this in class. Your students can use it by, like I said, they can have a picture and they can hold it up using their webcam. They can, you can scan something in for them if you need it to, if you want to scan something in for them. They can show you something. They can go on Google Docs. They can draw what they're doing. So say you go to Google Docs. And I have had students where my students who I need extension activities for them, I have had them go to Google Docs before, and I've given them a prompt and I had them draw for me. You can do it on Google Slides, and all they would need to do is just click the Screencastify button up here at the top. And as they are typing or reflecting about it, they can draw, they can type, they can insert pictures, they can do whatever they are comfortable with while they are recording for you. And then instead of them posting on Google Classroom like we did, they can copy the link and they can send it to you in an email, or they can send it to you in a Google Classroom comment, things like that. All right. So if you have any questions for me, please send me an email, or you can give me a phone call on the school phone, and I would be more than happy to help. Thank you for joining my webinar, and I hope that Screencastify works in your classroom like it has been working in mine. It is a great resource for students to use, and it's very user-friendly for those who are not super comfortable with technology, and students are able to reflect in a very personable manner. And for you, it's easy to differentiate with those students who need that as well. I hope y'all have a great weekend. Thank you. Okay, we actually just got a question. How does the drawing work with Chromebooks at the high school level? So I can say how it works with elementary, and you can see if this applies to your high school students. So you can go to Google Slides. Well, Google Docs you can draw. What am I doing? Sorry, y'all. It's been a long week. Y'all know that, homecoming week and Halloween all in one. Okay. For the person who asked about the drawing tool, what would you use the drawing for? Like, would you want them to reflect? Would you want them to present something? How would you want them to reflect? And maybe I can better answer that question. Because my students use Chromebooks and they use iPads as well. So, but in fourth grade, we're one-to-one Chromebook. So if, say for instance, I had a student, maybe this can answer the question. If you give them a prompt, they can answer the prompt on Google Docs. And when they are using Screencastify, they would need to record as well, but you would need to enable the drawing tools. And you need to click allow because you want it to do that.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, so if you look down here, this is the drawing tools toolbar. And so say, for instance, they had something typed. I'm just going to type something. Or you wanted them to draw something, they can come down here and they can click from a variety of colors and they can simply just start drawing or a picture. They don't even have to type anything. They can just enable the drawing tools and they can draw a picture of what they learned. I have used this in elementary school because it's very easy, especially for our English language learners. It's very easy. It's easier for them to draw pictures other than write words sometimes. And we do, when they have the pictures, we still make them, we require them to write along with their drawing as well. So if that answers your question, I hope it does. If not, let me know. But like I said, I'm not going to stop this recording because I don't want it to go away. Well, I will. Let me delete it. Okay, let me go back real quick and okay, so we're back. So again, I'll show you one more time how to do that, but I'm not going to record so I don't lose it again. So again, and if you want to enable the drawing tools, you go to the Screencastify tool. You click on it. Now, they have to be recording in order to use the drawing tools. You can't use the drawing tools without it recording. So I have already enabled my drawing tools, so it's that option's no longer there. So I'm going to click on record. And I click on how I want to share it.
3, 2, 1.
And then again, it's down here. And they just pick what they want. And like I said, they can draw pictures. It's very hard with a Chromebook. It might be easier with a mouse. But that's how I have had students reflect with their learning, drawing pictures. If you have any more questions, please let us know. I'm watching right now on the comments. I would love to help. We just posted the link for the evaluation and for your attendance for joining me on my webinar, which I'm so glad that you did. Thank you for coming. And we will see you next time. Again, if you have any more questions, I'll show my email one more time if you need to write that down. If it's loading. My computer's tired too. All right, here we go. So this is my email. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know. And thank you for coming to my webinar.